Good morning. Right, here we go. Well, it's a morning and it's Monday. Right, today we're going to make a bolognese sauce. From the bolognese sauce, well, turn it into lasagna or pasta bake. Yeah, depending on. Well, it can be lasagna. It can be, right? It's what you call combination cooking. Do you know what I mean by combination cooking?
Yeah.
Tell me what is combination cooking.
Combination cooking.
Yeah.
I was one of them. They said yeah.
Huh?
My friend said yes. They know what they're saying.
What is combination cooking? That's what I'm asking you.
What is it?
What is combination cooking? It's very easy.
Two things cook at the same
Huh?
time. Is when two things cook at the same time.
No.
When you combine
Eh? When you cook, eh? When you combine two cooking methods together. Yeah? We've done it with rice pudding. We've made rice pudding, we started it on the fire, we've boiled it on the fire, and then we put it cartouche over it, and we stuck it in the oven, and we let it cook in the oven. Now, normally, when you cook something in the oven in a liquid, it's called braising. Braising? So, I want you to bear in mind, when it's on top of the stove, it's stewing. What's today's date? It's the 22nd, is that right?
I have no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go on.
22nd, 5th, 23.
Right, so it's on top of the stove, it's stewing. And when it's in the oven,
Sammy always do.
and when it's in the oven, it's braised. Right? And that today is our combination cooking. I don't know why you don't understand, because you should have had a theory on this. Didn't you have theory on this?
No.
You must have had.
No. We do some like pressing stuff. I'm
Right.
honest with you.
Okay. We're going to be making some garlic bread, and it's been told that if you put some parsley into the garlic butter, or eat a bit of parsley after eating garlic, apparently it's supposed to take away the smell of garlic.
How?
But the smell of garlic's good.
What?
You smart garlic.
To some people, yes. To
No, like
others,
actually smelling the bread or on your mouth.
yeah. That's what I'm talking. It takes away the smell. It takes away the smell of garlic. So you will tell me today. Once you eat the bread and start talking to each other, and you still smell of garlic. Anyway, okay. Quickly show you. Over there. No, over there. Over there.
Charlie.
I want to quickly show you one more time. I think because this is going to go into the bolognese.
Oh
Yeah, so you don't want big chunks in there. You'll see me. That.
So don't we need to square it?
Huh? No.
Let me be loud.
Shut up.
Loud.
Can you not do that, please?
Hi, Colin.
Can you not do that, please?
No.
I'm recording.
Just remind me when he's recording, okay? Thank you, Patricia. There you go.
Right, can you see what I'm doing? Right, now, if this was small dices, it would be called a brunoise. Right, so let me show you one more time. Right, this is what we're looking for. Right, this is going to go inside the bolognese.
What, is that what we're putting in the lasagna? Or meatballs?
Yeah. So, we're making a bolognese sauce. The first thing I'm going to put in there is the carrots because. Oh, that's what it is. Right. All right. Right. So start with the carrots, and then I'm going to add the mixture of onion and garlic. Then I'm going to add, well, give it about a minute or so, and then I'm going to add the mince. Right. What you don't do, you don't add the meat first because the meat cooks quickly. Right, now I can add my mince. And keep on moving the meat, otherwise it will clump up. Yeah? So I'll keep on moving that meat until it all goes brown. Sit on there. Alright, now normally when I'm making a bolognese sauce, I use tomato puree and tomatoes. It can be fresh tomatoes, it can be tinned tomatoes. Salt and a little bit of sugar because there's a lot of acid in tomatoes. When you add your sugar, it takes away the acidity. Yeah? But it won't make the sauce very sweet. So, as you can see, it's starting to break up, go brown. In a little while, it will start to look like bolognese. Right, I don't need any stock. I can use stock. I don't need any stock. Because the amount of flavour in the vegetables and the meat, and plus the tomatoes, you won't need it. You just won't need it. In some bolognese recipes, you might get things like thyme or basil. You see it now, how it's all breaking up. Once all the meat is broken up, then I'm going to add my salt. Right? Once the meat is all broken up and I've added my salt and my sugar, I mix it together, I'm then going to add the water. Actually, I'm not going to add the water, I'm going to add the tomato puree first. So far, right, salt and pepper and sugar in. Right, because it's got the garlic and the carrot and the onion in there, which is like kind of like a mirepoix. Plus the flavour of the meat, you don't really need to use any stock. I'm going to add my tomato puree in there, and then I'm going to add my water. I'll turn it down really low. Later on, I'm going to add some chopped tomatoes, some maybe blended chopped tomatoes in there. Right, so a bolognese sauce, really and truly, to describe it, is beef and tomato sauce. Because those are the two main ingredients, the tomatoes and the mince. Right, so I can turn that down now to a low heat. Do it on your electric stoves. Yeah, don't do it on the gas stove, do it on the electric stove. I'll put the quantities on the board in a minute. And yeah. Add my liquid. And then let that reduce, and that will cook nicely. That will be delicious. Ooh la la. And I was saying to you earlier on, when I'm going to make lasagna, I'm going to blanch it first. I put them in one at a time like that, in the boiling water. Reason being is I put them in all at once, they'll stick together. Yeah? So like that, give it a few seconds, and then do that, and give it a few seconds, and do that, they'll stay separate in the water. I've got a bowl of cold water. I'm going to put it, leave it there for maybe about a minute at the most, and then I will then blanch it, refresh it, right? So give it a second to refresh. Yeah. So once it's blanched, you put it back into the cold water. It should go kind of hard again, and that way you know that you'll get a nice firm lasagna. It's not going to be sloppy. And yeah, so does anybody know what a bechamel is?
White sauce.
It's a white sauce. It's a white sauce, eh? It's a roux-based white sauce, right? And it has equal amounts of flour and butter. Yeah? So I've got 100 grams of 100 grams of butter. I'm going to do 100 grams of flour. And approximately a litre of milk.
What are you doing?
It might be more, it might be less.
What? What stuff are these? I'm like,
It might be more or it might be less.
No, why are you over there?
Right? But what you've got to do, you melt the butter. You melt the butter and you add the flour, and when the flour absorbs the butter, then you slowly add the milk. Right? When you're making a bechamel, the best way to make it, you start with a spoon, and then you end up with a whisk, and that way you knock out all the lumps.
what movement is that there?
Right, so you see me now. Right, and eventually it will soak up the milk and look like dough. Try not to add too much milk at any particular time because it's not supposed to splash. Right, you can see as it's getting hot, it starts to absorb. Yeah. Now at this stage, I can add more milk, but then I can start to whisk it. A little bit of a spin. I can whisk that now. Believe you me, right, if you add a little bit of mustard to the bechamel, it brings out the flavour of the cheese.
It's what we do it.
Right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a bit of English mustard to this. Then I'm going to add half the cheese in the bechamel, and half of it we leave to sprinkle it on the top. When you're making a roux sauce, especially a milk sauce, you never leave the saucepan because milk burns at a high temperature, and you'll have brown flaky bits in the bottom of your sauce. But it burns at the bottom, right? Always keep the sauce moving. Really and truly, the only time a bechamel is supposed to boil is at the beginning. If it's still boiling after it is thickened, it's going to burn at the bottom, so try not to let it boil. Then I can add a dessert spoon of mustard, which is about right. Then I can continue adding my milk. Wait. Okay, wait. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Then I can add cheese. Right, about 200 grams, 100. Start with 100 grams. Start with 100.
You did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 200 grams, yeah. Maybe a little bit of salt and pepper, just a little bit, right? The salt and the pepper and the mustard, it will bring out the flavour of the cheese. Not too salty because you've got salt already in the bolognese. Get another whisk. And I can turn it off in a minute. Then I'll just assemble it and show you how it's done. Now when you do yours, just use one leaf. One leaf. So you can put in that. Otherwise it will be too much.
What one we use? Is it big ones or small ones? Show me the leaf.
Right, so I'm going to show you. Right, I'm going to show you quickly how to assemble it. Right, remember I said to you that if the bolognese is firm, you get a really nice lasagna. If the bolognese is sloppy, you get a really sloppy one. So you want to get it nice and firm.
Nice and thick.
Yeah, so most of the liquid is gone, not all.
So exactly like that.
Yeah, something like this. This is what I call a good consistency. Then my half-cooked lasagnas. Yeah, the lasagna leaves. The half-cooked ones. Like that. I always measure my lasagna leaves. I always measure my lasagna leaves before I cook them. So if it was a bigger one, I'd measure 8 or whatever, and then I do such. Right, that's ready. Right, so the cooking method for bolognese is stewing. But the cooking method for lasagna is braising. Right? That is the combination cooking. Yeah? So spread it all over so it's fairly even. And then I can add one of the lasagna leaves on the top.
Oh, it is as well.
Right, and a ladle. I need a ladle. Right, and when you're putting on your sauce, we do what we call nappe. Nappe is to, sorry, thank you. Nappe is to, here we go. Put the sauce on and let it run along and cover it all evenly. It's called nappe. So we nappe our cheese sauce. A bit closer. Till all the lasagna leaves are covered. If they're not covered, they go crispy. Yeah. And there should be enough here for everybody. Just making sure that it's all covered.
And you get the cheese on top.
And then I'm going to end it with a little bit of cheese on top. And that is just for presentation. That's just for presentation. You don't have to. And that will go into an oven for about, I don't know, 20-25 minutes. Yeah? Until the cheese on the top goes brown. Once the cheese on the top goes brown, 170, 180. Once this goes in the oven and the cheese goes brown, that is cooked. Yeah? Because the lasagna is already half cooked, the bolognese is cooked, and the sauce, the white cheese sauce is cooked. Yeah? Yeah. So, I've got my garlic. I'll just let it run around in there and blend away. Then I'm going to chuck my butter in there. And at the end, I'm going to chuck in the parsley. Yeah? At some point, some lemon juice. And this is a classic way to serve lasagna. Garlic butter, sorry, garlic bread and salad.
How do you like garlic bread? Crispy or not too crispy? How do you like it?
Middle.
Crispy.
I don't prefer mine crispy that much.
Well, normally garlic bread, you put it in foil. Let it cook, and then you open it up and you crisp it up. So it's soft in the middle and crisp on the outside.
I just love it soft, yeah. I don't
Alright, so while we're talking, get this bit of foil right here.
Can you go to the other?
See that? Right. So you get a bread knife. Right. You get a bread knife and half one of those rolls. Half one of those. Right, now there's two ways to do the garlic bread. You can either cut it long ways like that. Cut it long ways like that and just bite it like a sandwich. Or you can do something like that. So you not cut it all the way through, and in each piece, I'll stick a bit of garlic butter in there, wrap it in foil, chuck it in the oven.
That's not bad.
5 minutes or so in the oven, then open up the foil and let it brown, and so it'll be crispy on the outside, brown in the middle. But if you want it soft, see the all the way through. It's an individual thing. Where is the lemon juice?
It's squeezed out probably.
So I'm going to get some foil, a little bit of foil. I'm going to put some lemon juice into the butter. Not all that, it's just sour.
What does that do?
It just flavour. And salt. In there, give it a bowl.
Need to escape the sides.
Yeah. A blue one will do. A blue. Right, and then I'm going to add my what am I going to add? I'm going to add the parsley. So that's all nicely mixed in. Alright, it should be enough here, maybe not. If there's not enough, just put another butter in there and add the old butter to it. Yeah, come here, got any more garlic. Now apparently, the garlic, when you eat it, the parsley, when you eat the garlic bread, it's supposed to take the smell of garlic out your mouth. We'll see.
I don't believe that.
I don't know, it might work.
Colin, what did you use to get the pasta out the bowl? The pan.
Oh, a spoon with holes in it. Right. So, once I get my garlic bread like that, and then I'm going to put that's right, I'll see it like this. I'll put a bit of butter in each pot and eventually wrap that up, and that is thanking you so much.
Colin, I don't have a pot.
What? A pot for? Eh? A pot for?
The lasagna.
Just share tedious. It's only 2 leaves in it. So you put 2 leaves in one pot.
No, I mean this saucepan thing.
I'll get you one. The brown. Yeah.
Should I ask Bob if he has another?
Yeah.
Are we doing this ourselves as well?
Huh?
Are we doing this ourselves as well?
You can share it. I don't know if there's 9. But anyway.
There's 5, 4.
Delicious. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut the lasagna.
Colin, my cheese might have overrun. My cheese might have overrun.
Okay.
That's still fine, right, though?
Yeah.
It's just still good.
Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it like that, and hopefully this will look delicious like that. And there we have fresh lasagna and some garlic bread. And like that.
I think the cheese might fall.
There you go. Voila. Wish you were here. Delicious.